Spotify adds star ratings and buy another podcast host. The latest from Podnews.net with Memberful, helping you build reliable, recurring revenue from your podcast. Spotify has added star ratings to its app for podcasts, rolling out in their apps from today. A few things we've discovered. If a listener tries to rate a show they haven't listened to, they'll be told to listen first. You can rate any old show on Apple Podcasts without listening at all. Ratings are shown once a show has 10 ratings or more. That's double the amount of ratings that Apple require. And unlike Apple, ratings are global. Spotify's launched everywhere, apart from Russia and Turkey, both countries with tight media laws. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, or perhaps you would really appreciate a rating, please. Ideally 5 stars, but, do what you think. Spotify has purchased another podcast hosting company, Australia's Whooshkaa. The first non-US podcast host to achieve IAB certification, Whooshkaa has technology that automatically makes podcasts from radio broadcasts. It'll be integrated into Megaphone. The co-host of the Podland podcast, Sam Sethi, uses Whooshkaa for River Radio, and in the latest episode of Podland, I ask him how it works and what Spotify could see in it. You'll find Podland in your favourite podcast app. And why would Spotify want to bring more radio shows to their platform by buying Whooshkaa? Well, here are some numbers for you. 92% of US adults listen to radio every week. The number's only 28% for podcasts. 46% of all US audio listening by time is to radio. Just 6% is to podcasts, and US radio brings in $14.1 billion of yearly ad revenue. US podcasting, less than $1 billion. Perhaps that's why. Edison Research's Infinite Dial 2022 will be announced at Podcast Movement Evolutions. The company has announced founder and president Larry Rosin is a guest this week on the Podland podcast. Hey Big Spender, BetterHelp remains number 1 for podcast advertising in November, but SimpliSafe and Amazon increased their spend, according to Magellan AI. Triton Digital's November US podcast report says that Stitcher is still number 1 for podcasts. NPR News Now remained the number 1 podcast itself. The ranker contains participating publishers only. And bad news, Blue Lab, a plug-in company, has discontinued the development of their products. Good news, they're giving them all away for free. 28 of them free for download from their website. In People News, Acast will be looking for a new chairman of the board after Andrea Gisle-Jewson announced that she doesn't wish to stand for re-election in May. She'd been in post since 2018. And in podcast news, We Stay Looking is a satirical true crime podcast, but discovering that US prisoners make 26 cents per hour working for billion-dollar companies. The episode sheds light on a serious issue of prison wages in America and the exploitation of prison labor by wildly large and successful Fortune 500 companies. And Station 11, the podcast, is new from HBO Max. It's a companion podcast to their new post-apocalyptic saga running on the platform. This podcast is brought to you with a cold and also with Memberful. Memberful help you build reliable, recurring revenue from your podcast. They have everything you need to run a membership program, including custom branding, gift subscriptions, Apple Pay, free trials, private podcasts, and lots more. And what's more, it seamlessly integrates with the tools you already use. So less hassle and hopefully more revenue. You can get started for free. Find out more at memberful.com. That's memberful.com. And that's the latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net.